All right, so we're now on steps 32 through 47. Change the text color and size of the body text. This is referring to changing the color of the bullets. So as you can see, this horrible color, medium gray, doesn't look good on dark slides or light slides. So we definitely want to change the color so that those bullet texts stand out really well. The other thing is that Google's default bullet size is too small. So this first line right here, you can see up here is a size 18 point font. That's the smallest you want any bullet to be. If we take a look at this second level, it's size 14. Same thing with the third level, also size 14. So bad colors and bad sizes. So we're going to fix both of those on the master slide because we don't want, when we get to building our actual slides with content, we don't want to have to constantly change the size of our bullets and the color of our bullets. So if we do that in the master, then every slide we create for our presentation will automatically have the right color and the right sizes every time we create bullets. So that's why we're going to do that in the master. So the very first step, step 32, you're going to click on the text for the bullets to show the text box border. Now I happen to already have that up, but let's pretend I didn't. So click on that. That's how you get the text box border. All right. Now there are two different ways. This is step 33. There are two ways to select the text for changes. The first method, which is steps 34 through 37, selects everything all at once. This is useful if you're going to make a single change that affects everything. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to use this method to change all of the bullets to a single color. Then that second method, steps 38 through 40, selects each bullet line individually, and this is useful to change the colors of your bullet lines individually or to change the size of the individual bullet text. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is move on to step 34. This is option 1, select the text box border, and we're going to change the text color with it. So choosing this method will only allow you to change the text within the text box all to the same color all at once. So click in the center of the slide to show the text box border, which we've done. And then step 35, hover your mouse over the border of the text box until your cursor changes to a 4-way arrow. And what we want to do is come over here until we have the 4-way arrow. Click on that. Notice that when you clicked on that outside border that nothing actually changed yet. If you take a look at the expected results box, it says you will not see a change in the border itself, but now you'll be able to make formatting changes that will apply to all the text within the text box. All right, so step 36, click on the text color button, which is right up here, the A, text color. And then you're going to select a background color. If you have a dark background, you would select a white color or a light color. If you have a light colored background that you selected, then you're going to come over and you're going to choose a dark color. The background color I chose is actually pretty dark, so I think white is going to look the best on it. But if I weren't sure, I could come back over here and just play around with it and try black. But I definitely think that the white looks best, so I'm just going to hit undo since white was the last thing I did. So now I've got my white color. So that was step 37. Moving on to step 38, we're now going to use option number 2, which is highlighting all the text within the text box. And we're going to use this method instead of the highlighting the text box border in order to go in and individually select each level. So the first step for number 38 is using your mouse, left click just to the left of the F for first level. So right there, what I'm talking about is first level, just to the left of the F, I'm going to single click. And by doing that, I have now highlighted this entire line. So what I'm going to do for step 39 is I'm going to click on the down arrow in the text size button. So that's right in here, font size. And I'm going to change it from 18, so we're now on step 40. I'm going to change that to size 24. All right, so moving from that step on to the next one, we're now going to do the second level, which is step 41. Same thing that we just did, bring the mouse to the left of the S, click, which then highlights the entire line. Now we're going to do something a little bit different this time. In step 42, it says click directly on the number 14 in the text size button. What that means is coming up here, not clicking on the down arrow, but clicking on the number 14. Click it once. And that highlights 14 and also shows all of the number font sizes. Now, the reason I'm going to have you actually modify this number itself is because take a look at these options. You've got 24, which we've already used on the first level, and then it drops straight down to 18. Well, Google lets you edit manually the number. So I still have this clicked on, so it's 14. And in that step number 43, we're going to change 14 to 20. So I'm going to my keyboard and I'm going to type 20. And then the instruction says to hit the enter key. So I just did that on my keyboard. So now you can see that second level is 20 pitch font, whereas first level is still 24. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to go down and we're going to do this on the third line as well. So now that is step number 44. Same thing that we just did, left click to the left of the T for third level, which selects the entire row. And then we're going to go back up here and you see that it's currently size 14. You never want to have any font in a presentation smaller than size 18. So we're going to go ahead and for this third level, now we're going to go ahead and select 18 so we can just do the drop down because that number's there. And it's highly unlikely that you're going to ever use 4th, 5th, 6th, or any other level below 3rd. If you think you will, go ahead and change that as well to 18 pitch font. But again, never go below 18. So once we've done that, you're actually done with the section of the lab. So at this point, we can exit the lab by coming up here to this X right here. And you can see that in step 47, I have a red square around the X with an arrow pointing to it. As soon as you click on that X, you are out of the master and now we're into the slides themselves.